Montessori school.
Sorry?
Hello?
Yes.
So we are bilingual Montessori school.
Yep.
We have currently 90 children, 90.
Yep.
From starting from 2 years old to 12 years old.
Okay. Okay, I understand. So when you're saying that it's the bilingual, it's French and English. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you the first time. Okay, so that's great. So just to give you a brief introduction into Hubbli, basically what it is it's a solution for Montessori schools where they can improve communication and they can reduce their workload by about 80%. And all the features that I'm going to show you are all done through the vehicle of a website, like you're seeing here. Okay, so when you purchase Hubbli, the first thing you get from us is a website that's ready to go. And this website, if you want, it can actually replace your current website, or it can just be a link on your current website that would go to the Hubbli website. Okay, and the site, of course, can be.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part because the connection is not so good. You say
it's okay.
It's either can be a link to our website or something else.
Yeah, so what we give you is a website that is ready to go. So Hubbli can either replace your current website, or on your website you can just add a link and it'll load the Hubbli website.
Okay.
Okay. And the website is, of course, fully white labeled. So it's your icon. It doesn't say Hubbli anywhere. It's your pictures. You can have English. You can have French because it's just content and pictures, right? So in that sense, there's no issue of the English or the French.
Okay.
Okay. Now the first feature that I'll show you is in this groups feature. So what this is basically is you were saying that you have children 2 to 12. Okay. So the Hubbli site has a parent portal where parents have to log in. Okay. When they log in, the site then knows what credentials are. And when they click, for example, on groups, it will show them only the classes and the parent groups that they're a part of. It's not going to show all the classes. It's only, classes pertaining to their children. Okay. And if they're part of a parent group, it'll just show their parent group. Now, when you click on a class, what this does now is, this now becomes like a private social network. Okay, it's like a private Facebook environment where a teacher, okay, so in this example, Naomi, can post on the wall, right, like here. And when she posts on the wall, if a parent is not signed into Hubbli and, doesn't see that there's a new message on the wall, it's forwarded to their email address. Right? So the teacher now doesn't have to manage a parent email list. She just has to post on the wall and it goes to the parent's email. Okay? And the parents, if they want, they can then reply to the message either on the wall or by just sending reply to the email, and it'll show up on the wall. And of course, when the parent posts a reply, it's shown to all the parents. So the teacher then just, if she wants to send a reply back, she just has to reply once and it goes back to all the parents, right? So the teacher's effort in communicating with parents is now drastically reduced. And parents know that there's this central, place where they can communicate with the teacher and vice versa. Okay. Now, what we have as well, you can see here on this left-hand menu, these are all the features within each group. Okay, so for this group, if a parent were to click on media, maybe for the younger children, but it's also for the older children, any pictures can be, like uploaded to this place, and the parents can see all these pictures. Okay. And of course, if you give the parents permission, they can also upload pictures.
Excuse me, Aaron?
Yes. Yep.
I'm just curious because my screen it's changing not at all or very, very slowly, so I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but there is no visual that goes along with it, so
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's just our connection is very slow here. I don't know if Nicola can see it.
Okay, so
I'm following what you're saying, but
if you wouldn't, okay, well, sometimes you got to see things to believe them. So maybe if you can try to leave the session and to join again.
Okay, doing the same thing as join.me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right there.
I think I have the same problem. The visual is like frozen.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was just the same screen for quite a while. Now I have something else, but it looks like it's probably pertaining to what you were speaking of initially with the teacher, doing that first post of information to the world.
Okay. Yeah. So that is a problem. Maybe you can both try to leave the session and come back, and if it doesn't work, we can use another software. But the reason that we like Joined on Me is this call is being recorded right now, because what I like to do is to record the call and then to send you the recording so you can view it on your own time afterwards. So that's why I like to keep it on Joined on Me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if you don't mind, please just to try to leave the session and come back. We can see how it goes.
Okay.
Hello?
Are we back? Hi.
Hi. So what do you see now?
Now I see a media gallery, so that seems to be what you were speaking of.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
I don't know that Nicola is here.
No, he's not here. We can wait for him to join. But one thing I will do is just try to change the screen, and you can tell me if it's changing for you.
Yeah.
So now
changed.
Okay, so now you see docs? Okay, perfect.
So maybe it's because there's only one of us at the moment, but we'll see.
No problem.
Where are you? Because the version on the website, it says something about Canada, but it looks like we're calling the States, or it's...
No, we are in Toronto.
You are in Toronto, okay.
So, yeah, so we're calling from a bilingual English and French.
Right.
And in Canada, actually, from grade 3, you have to learn French. It's mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Probably could be.
Just waiting for Pierre. Okay, so I changed to docs. Can you just confirm that you can see it?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to go to members. That you can see that it changed?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, okay.
You and then Jacqueline, Errol. He's just in the next office. Would you like me to go and see what's happening, or should we just?
Sure. Yeah, if you can. Thank you.
We hold.
No problem. I can hold.
Okay. All right. It's working. It's going a little, Nicolas' connection seems to be a bit slow, but he's trying, he's working on it.
Okay, no problem. Is it possible for him to come and sit at your office? Just because then, you know, maybe we can move the demo will be a little smoother. If it's not, it's okay. I'm not in a rush. I can wait.
Yes, well, I have only about a half an hour before the next thing, and then Mr. Nicolas would need to get on with his day as well. So I'm going to suggest that I put a chair here. So give me one more second, please.
Sure, no problem.
Did you hear them?
Yeah, I can see that he's joined.
Okay, great. Yeah, he just said he's connected. So.
But he's still not on the conference call, so I'm gonna wait.
Hello?
Here he is.
Yeah.
Hello, Nicolas?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What I'm gonna do is just click on Docs.
Yeah.
And if you can tell me that it changed to Docs in your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so what I was showing is this area. Now you see that it's on the home link? Okay, great. Can you see as well?
Yes, I can.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so like I was saying before, so the teacher can post a message on this wall, right? And then the parents can either send a reply, you know, if they're logged into Hubbli, or if they're not, it's forwarded to their email. And they can send a reply from that email, and then it'll show up on the wall, right? And it goes to all parents. And then, of course, if the teacher wants to send a reply to that message, she can do it also, right? So instead of a parent having to either call the teacher, oh, I see that someone has left the screen.
Hello?
I'm here.
You're still here? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so a teacher, instead of having to always send emails or to call parents for every little issue, instead, you know, parents and teachers can communicate in a central place, and they don't have to be signed into Hubbli in order to send a reply to a message and to post a new message. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And here it's similar to Facebook. So Hubbli is mobile and smartphone ready. Okay, you can go on your phones if you have a smartphone and type in demo.hubbli.com like it shows up here, and you'll see that it's going to show up on your phone. Okay, it'll change the menu just like this. You can see if I minimize this, that it changes the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is how it works in the phone. So a teacher really can just have their smartphone on them and take pictures with the phone, and those pictures can show up on the wall. Okay, so very easy to now communicate with parents. It's a huge time saver. And then you have media, and this is just basically you know, central place where any pictures can be placed into here. And this system has full permission control. So it's up to you if you want to have to give the parents permission to upload pictures, or just the teacher to upload pictures and for the parents to view them. But it's just nice that you have a central place where a teacher can like upload pictures and the parents can see them all in one place. They don't have to go to another place for pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have docs. This is where the teacher, first of all, can create any type of document that the teacher wants. And it's very simple to create a document. It's just like using Microsoft Word. Okay, you put a title, you put some content, you can attach any pictures, any files. It's very simple to do. And just to give you an example, my 4-year-old son, he's doing what's called sight words. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys do sight words, but it's basically, do you do sight words with your younger children?
Side word?
Yeah, sight words. So, okay, so it's basically when they, while they're starting to learn to read, they have to learn some basic words like and, see, right? So it's just a list of words that don't make sense with the sounds of the letters. So the teacher every week has to send out an email. This is the sight word of the week. This is the letter of the week. And for her, it's time consuming. And as a parent, if I want to teach these sight words to my child, I have to go to Gmail, search for her name, and then search for the email that has the latest list of the sight words. It's kind of a pain. With Hubbli, she would just have to create a document once, and then every time there's a new sight word, add it to the document. And the parents know exactly where to go to find this information. They don't have to search their emails. They don't have to contact the teacher. It's all in one place. Okay. And you can see here that we have many different types of documents. Like, for example, so something else that we have in the system that I'll be showing soon is called forms. And any type of form that you want can be created in the system. Okay? So what this means basically is, if you have a field trip form, right? You can basically create that field trip form, and right away you can fill it out. Right? I'll put in my son's name. I'll put in the email. You can put a digital signature. And we can also process payments right from here. Okay, so do you guys do field trips?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So it's now very simple to create a field trip form. It's just a few clicks, basically. And you can create as many forms as you like, and you can process payments, right? So let's say you're doing a field trip and the child didn't bring the field trip form. Can I ask, how do you currently manage field trips?
You mean the form, like authorization forms or something like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we will print and ask them to sign, usually.
Exactly. Right. So with this, there's no printing needed, and you don't have to sort of rely on the child to bring it and then to come back with it signed. Instead, it could all be online. And even if a child doesn't, the parents didn't sign this field trip form, right before the child gets on the bus, you can just call the parents, and on their phone, they can fill in the information, do a digital signature, and pay for the trip. It just takes a few seconds. Okay. And I'll show you now some more forms. Forms are very powerful because you can have any type of form, even parent packet, which is like registration form for the following year. Okay. How do you currently manage registration forms?
Well, we have a registration form, and we send to them, and they fill out the form, and they either give us on paper, or they scan it and send it by email.
Okay, so you can see the value of this being an online form, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So that's how it would work, right? This is actually a parent packet form that we created for a school. We just
Yeah.
took out the school's name. Okay, so you can see it's right here. Okay, I'll put my wife's name, child's name, put the address.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that since it's in the browser, it's very quick, right? Because it saves all your information in the browser. Okay, and I'll put an email and a phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'll click next. Okay, and you can see now that there is this nice progress bar, and it says step 2 of 5, right? So now it's basically on step 2, and what you can see that it's doing now is, you can go through all these steps, right, until it's complete, basically, right? And in that sense, it's very simple to go, like here, for example, it's showing you committees, okay? So here in committees, you can select a committee, and what it will do is, if you select one of these committees,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll show it to you. It's then going to then open up another one, right? Like a secondary, like committee option for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can see how this works. And if I select another one, it's going to open up another one right here. Okay. So you can see that it knows to basically like open up a sub option, right? And in that sense, it makes it very simple, right? To create as many forms as you want without having to worry about whether it's going to work or not, right?
Yeah. But when you click on those yearbook committee and event planning yearbook and so on, what
Yes.
happened next? That's what I...
Right. So then you would just click next, for example.
Okay.
Okay. And this will now all this information is saved, okay, for you in the forms, and I'll show you how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
So next thing, for example, is a milk form. Okay. So you can see here in this milk form, you can like ask them to pay for a milk form, and they can decide if they want to do check or credit card, because you can take payments, right? If you select check, they can send you the check. If you select a credit card, then the payment can be done right from here. Okay. You select next, and now you have, it shows you here. This is a child photo release form. Okay. So this is if your child, if you let them, as a school, include the child's photo in the advertisements. Okay. So they can ask yes or no. Okay. If it's a yes, you just click, you say next, whatever, and I'll show you how you can view all that information. And now you're seeing a bus route. This is just an example of different types of forms. You can see that you're basically finished the form when you click submit. Now, you guys, as the administrators of the sites, you can at any time go to forms, okay? And what you can do is you can now create reports on anything in the form, okay? So let's go to that parent packet form, for example. Okay, you can see the form here, and now if you want, you can click on entries. And this is the same as going to that filing cabinet, opening up one cabinet, and going through each of the parents' forms. Okay, now you can sort this. You can sort this by first name, by last name, same as in Excel. You can do a simple search for a parent's name or a child name or anything you want. And then what you can do to take even a step further is you can say, so like for example, there was that question of, will you allow your child's photo to be used for, advertising website? And it was a yes or no question. So the system
Yeah.
knows that it was yes or no. It gives you those options, and within a few seconds, you have your search result, which can be printed out or can be, exported to Excel of
Mm-hmm.
exactly, which parent said yes, which parent said no, right? So
Okay.
this is a huge time saver because first of all, it's not a paper report. Second of all, with the parent packet itself, here I'll show you. Here's just another example of a parent packet of a form. Okay, it's a survey. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, and it shows you just like another type of form. I'm going to go here, I'm going to say submit. Now, it will say, no, you can't submit yet because you have to fill out this field. Okay, so first of all, your forms are now online. Second of all, you can select which fields the parents have to fill in to complete the form, meaning you don't have to go through each, field and confirm it was filled in. And, third of all, you can create searches and create reports on anything that was inputted by, in any form, not just the parent packet form. And you can take payments. Okay, and I'll show you how you can manage the payments. Okay, so first thing was communication between parent and teacher. And yeah, and you can also manage all the like invoicing of the school
Okay. Yeah.
can be done through Hubbli. Okay, so
Okay.
you have, and I'll show you the invoicing. So you have basically the the improved communication between parent and teacher. You have the forms, okay, and you have this like invoicing, which I'll show. Okay, now what we have as well, one thing I didn't show you in the groups is there is a group calendar, okay, group events, and this is where the teacher can post any type of group of class events, right? So my child is the star of the week every few months, right? So the teacher literally has to send an email every month. These are the children that are the star of the week, and I have to go back to the email and check whether it's my child or not. Well, instead, at the beginning of the year, she can post all the calendar events. The parent can click on a calendar event, and it's easy. You have text, you have pictures, anything you want. You can even take payments from a calendar event. Okay, and the teacher can also set like reminders so that if my child is the star of the week in April, it'll just send me a email reminder to check the calendar because my child is the star of the week. She doesn't have to manually do these reminders. Okay. Now, if the parent has multiple children at the school, they don't have to go to every group calendar, to view the child's calendar. We have what's called a global calendar, where all the calendar events pertaining to the children of the parents are shown in one place. Okay, so they don't have to go back to groups every time. Another feature that we have, and this is for setting up parent-teacher interviews. Do you do those types of things?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So here's where, again, on your site, you can have a link that's called appointments. The parents just have to log in, and they can see which days are currently available and which times are currently available. You don't have to spend the time in having to, like organize a time with the parents. It can all be done through Hubbli. And of course, when a time is selected, you will receive an when a time is selected, you will then receive an email that says, this parent at this time, has a meeting with you. Okay, so the calendar events can be created, and also you get an email. Okay, so that's how that works. Next thing that I can show you is the fundraising. Okay, do you guys do fundraising?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay, so this is where you can create fundraising campaigns, and you can also, you can see it's a nice professional page where you can have a picture and content, video, anything you want for the campaign. You can see how many people have put in money, what total, what the current total is, what the goal is, how many days are left. You can take one-time payments or you can take recurring payments, and I'll show you how you can manage all these payments because we have an entire payment management system. Okay. Are there any questions so far, and what do you think also from what I've shown you?
Yes, I think that the visual is getting slow. I think we're a little behind in terms of the visual, but I think I got what you say.
Okay, it's too bad. So when I send you the video, you will see it smoothly.
Okay. Good.
Okay, it's too bad. Yes, please go ahead.
I just have a couple of questions. Nicola, I didn't mean to interrupt. There's a bit of a delay, so I don't know if you stopped talking or not.
Sorry?
I guess there's a delay for you as well. I said I had a couple of questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Marjorie.
Okay. Like the interface, it's entirely in English. Is it possible to have it in French as well, or does it only exist in English?
Right. So the website, right, which is, I hope that's what you're seeing on your screen right now, it's just content. So everything can be French. The menu options can be French. The content can be French. This here is just a picture. This where it says Hemmingford Grade School. So you would just provide us with your picture.
Okay.
Right?
So in other words,
where
it says groups, it could say group and groups. It could say it in French and in English. So everything potentially just
exactly
would be okay. And who does that?
Yes.
Is it Hubbli that changes the content?
Yeah.
What we want the content to be? We have to do that.
Yes. Thank you for that question, Marjorie. So the way that it works is the system, when we give it to you, okay, it's ready to go. Okay, so we spend time with you to set up the system. You give us all the class lists and the parents' emails. You tell us what forms you want us to create. You tell us what menu options you want, and we work with you to develop all of those things, and we give you a turnkey, ready-to-go website.
Mm-hmm. If throughout, obviously we have some forms or some ideas of what we would need initially, but throughout the course of the year, things happen. When we need to create new forms, is that always something we have to come to you for, or do they?
No, of course. So, right. Okay. Again, very, very good question. We want to give you a turnkey, ready-to-go solution. Part of the setup process is we have 4 training sessions during which we train you how to do everything in the system, because we want you to be able to change the menu options on your own, to add as many forms as you like without having to always come to us. Of course, we have support, but we want you to be in control of your website. Okay, so we train you in how to do everything. But when I was saying turnkey is, we want to import all the children's name and parents' names for you to save you the time, because we want to give you a ready-to-go system and then train you so that you have this infrastructure in place that you can then build upon.
In regards to the children's names and the parents' contact information and all of that, what exactly is your privacy policy? Because you referenced Facebook before, and that sent a shiver down my spine.
Yeah.
And
it's not.
In France, there are very strict laws in terms of privacy and what gets shared in terms of personal information. Obviously, not just for children. So, just one.
Yes. So right. So this site is 100% private. Okay. When I was saying Facebook, I was showing the groups area, and I was showing the teachers and being able to post on the wall.
Mhm.
Only people that sign in, you can see here that it says my name. If I log out, I can't see anything. And you can decide which pages people that don't log in are able to see and are not able to see.
I mean in terms of
Okay.
Hubbli, I mean, like, if we give you all of the contact details of our, of these parents and these children and their date of birth and other information.
I see. I see.
Does Hubbli do with that information?
So yeah. So we can sign with you any type of confidentiality agreement that you like us to. If there is something in France we need to sign, but we do not take your children's names or parents' information and use it for anything. Okay, and we will gladly sign any type of document, stating that. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to set you up so that it's a quick turnaround. It's actually 1 to 2 days, and you have a website ready to go. Now, if you want us to show you how to do it, so you can do it on your own, that's also okay. That's up to you, Marjorie. Right? If you feel more secure and it's up to you. Like, we're not here to take that information. We can sign anything you want, stating that. Or if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself, and we will show you how to do it. Either will work.
In terms of the website, are we limited to a certain number of pages? Is it, because our current website, we've seen it, but it's voluminous. It's got a lot of information.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not. You can add as much content as you like.
Can we see what information is, for example, I saw on the menu bar, students. So what kind of information?
I would. Yep. So here it is. So again, a parent has to be signed in to see this information. And I'm not sure if you're seeing the right screen, but it says students, and it shows 3 student names.
Yes, I can see that.
But right now,
you can see it.
I see the calendar, but I don't know if.
No. Maybe then just try to log out and log in again, if you don't mind, Nicolas, because maybe it'll help.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Excuse me.
It's okay, Marjorie. It's not a problem at all.
Okay, merci.
So when you guys are viewing the video, if there are pauses like this, you can just fast forward.
Gina, it's Marjorie. Is Nina near you by any chance? Can you ask her to go downstairs? Apparently someone just rang as a package. I'm on the Hubbli demonstration, so I can't go downstairs. Thank you very much. Merci. Hello? Oui, il y a quelqu'un qui descend tout de suite. Merci.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm back.
Can you see now the student page, Nicolas?
Can you what? Sorry.
Can you see now the student page?
Yeah, I see students. Yes.
Okay,
Let's say-
great. So this would be example of a parent seeing their children when they click on students. Okay.
Mhm.
Now they can click on one child.
Yeah.
I hope this page will load for you. Do you see now it says like Leora Landon?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this is a student page, okay, where again you can see, you can add pictures. Where you can see it's a very cute student, right? So you can see here you can add any type of content. You can see up
Okay.
here who the teachers are, who the teachers are of the child. You can see who the parents are, right? You can also see now those forms that I showed you. We have, there are more forms to show you. We have attendance forms. We have behavior forms, diapering forms, daily snack forms. We have a grading system built into the system. All of these forms are linked to each individual student. So a parent knows what's going on with their child at all times. Okay, so this is good because you don't have any surprises. When I go to parent teacher interviews, I don't know what's going on with my child until I go for that interview. Well, this way, the teacher can include all this information, and it's simple forms, basically, so that you have better communication with the parent, and the child can excel quicker because the parent knows what's going on with the child. For me, I have to ask my child, "How was your day at school? What did you do?" And I get the same answer every day: nothing. I say nothing. They say yes, nothing. I say, oh, okay, so nothing must have been fun. That's all they tell me is nothing. So with this, it's not nothing. Like, I don't know what sight words, which letters he's struggling with, what sight words he knows, he doesn't know. I don't know anything. For a while, he wasn't eating his vegetables, and then he'd tell me. You could have all these types of forms on the student page, so the parent knows what's going on. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
It's frozen on my. I'm with Marjorie because it's frozen on mine. So I
Oh,
I think I have an idea of, and that's what the parents see from outside.
yes.
From the administrative part, what do we see? For example, if we want to have all the information about one student, we want to know whether he takes the lunch, the canteen or not, whether he's staying at the class care, or all the options.
Yeah.
Do we have?
It would all be.
Access for all this information?
Yes. I can show it to you, but you won't see it. But it's all done in the administrative area, and it's very simple to do. It's very simple to do. So yes, that's and the system, it knows to link all the information, right? It knows when you create a form that you can link it to the groups area. It knows when when the teacher submits a form, it knows to link it to that student page, right? All that linking is done for you in the system. Okay. Now, something else that we have is newsletters. Okay. Do you guys send out newsletters?
Currently, we don't. We have a project, but we have not done yet.
Okay.
We
So
send.
Sorry. There's a few seconds of a lag. I don't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay. No, we don't have a newsletter. We do send some information, but basically by email on a regular basis. But
Okay.
not as a newsletter. But we'd like to do it.
Okay. Right. So we have a newsletter feature where I'm not sure if you can see it, but basically we have built-in templates. You can create any type of newsletter that you like. You can decide how frequently it's sent. You can see who clicked on it, who didn't click on it. Okay. All of these things can be done with the newsletter. So it's managed newsletters. Okay. That's part of the system. Okay. One feature that I just want to show you quickly that I didn't show before in the group, that's just a real value add, is teachers can send a personalized message to a parent and can see when that message was sent. So it's not posted on the wall. It's a private message. So we have that feature as well. So you have a public message on the wall, and you also have private messaging. Maybe something happened to the child, or something about tuition. You as the school, whether it's the administrators or the teacher, can send private messages to parents, and you can see when they clicked on the email. Okay. So next thing that we have is invoicing. And this is where you can basically manage all the payments in the system. So you can see who has paid, who hasn't paid. If you click on, on something, now a parent can do this also, right? A parent can see what they haven't paid, and you can also click on Pay Invoice and pay it right from here. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a different invoice between someone who paid and someone who didn't pay. And in this way, you can manage all of the invoicing in the system. And of course, you can create reports, and you can create different types of templates for the invoices. All of this is managed in the system. Okay, so it's a system that can manage communication between parents and teachers, that can digitize all of your current paper into forms and let you search them and create reports. It can handle all the payment processing for you. It can manage your fundraising campaigns, and it can send out newsletters for you. Plus, it can also replace your current website, and it's smartphone and tablet ready. So it's an app as well. Okay. Now, something else that we have, and this is the last thing, is a learning management system where you can actually create an online course for your older children. Okay? And this could be a course that you create, for them to take home or for them to do in class. But the point is that you can create the system, you can have multiple choice questions, you can have videos, anything you want. And when they're finished the course, okay, they will get a grade. So here's the course. Okay, so I'm going to go to here. So here's an example of the course. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is just an example of a video with multiple choice questions and another video with more multiple choice questions. And then you basically answer the questions, the student, and you click done, and then you get a grade, which, it shows you your grade. Plus, when parents go to the student page, it links those grades also. So, in addition to all the features I mentioned before, we also have a learning management system where any type of online course can be created, and we have a grade book.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Well, that's not, I'm not sure we could use it, but we don't really have, that's for on a distance learning, right?
Sorry, say again?
This is like a distance learning lesson, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. It's basically, it's an online, it's a course that the students would have to log in, and they can do it from home. And, it's like an online course.
Yeah. Okay. But this time we don't use that. Maybe in the future, but I'm not sure.
I just have a couple of other questions. You had mentioned before this, the idea of this Turing key. How do we give the information? Like, how do you do the information dump? What format does it have to be in, or what?
Anything. It can be PDF, it can be Word, it could be Excel. If it's Excel, then that's easiest for us. But your job isn't to make our life easier. It's our job to make your life easier. So if you have it all in PDF or in Word, that's fine. We can take it and
we don't. I mean, right now, I also have, well, some other person. Right now, it's like we use Gmail, for example. So contacts are in form of, Gmail contacts. Otherwise, it's
yep.
hard paper, printed documents that are filled out by hand that may or may not have been scanned. But
okay, so
I mean,
yeah, so if you have
trying to anticipate what format we would have to give you, and then I have another question regarding, because we have students that are enrolled, and I can understand the benefit for that in terms of using Hubbli as a way to communicate with those people. We also then have a lot of people that we hope to be enrolled in the future, or that are part of a database but are only contacted for certain things. They're not necessarily part of the school yet, but prospective families. Does everyone, I don't know how to describe the question exactly, but I'm trying to figure out if everyone who we contact would end up also having access in some capacity to what goes on at the school, or do they get a private login so that we might contact them, but they won't, like with a newsletter, but they can't necessarily see everything else that happens at the school.
Right. Okay. So basically, currently you have 90 children.
I'm sorry, Nicola stepped away. I don't know if he'd like to be part of it. He's trying to connect from his office again. So. I'm sorry, go ahead. Excuse me, Aaron, go ahead.
Okay, no problem. So if you basically have 90 children, so we would then require a list of those 90 children's names, okay? And then a list of the parents of those 90 children. If you have it in Gmail, we can show you how to export to Excel from Gmail. If you have it on paper, you just have to scan it and send it to us. Now, if you want prospective parents to look at the Hubbli website, that's not a problem, because you don't have to make all of the pages private in that they have to log in. You decide what's private and what's public, right? So you could, for example, make the groups page public, but to be able to click into a class private, right? You can make the fundraising page public, because you want anyone to be able to pay, right? You can make the appointments page public, and I can tell you we have Montessori schools that use this appointments feature for setting up on sites, for people to come and look at your school, right? So the appointments page can be made public also, right? Like just to be able to manage visits to the school without having to put in any manual work is a huge time saver. That's what you can use the appointments page for. So you can decide what's public, which pages are public, and which pages require a login, right? So of course, the main page would probably be public, because that's where you have your main page with your pictures, and your sort of mission statements and contact information, right? But private pages, pages that are sort of specific to a class, or those student page, you would want those to require a login. But the point is that you're in full control.
When I saw, when Nicola first told me about Hubbli, there was I think in the sort of it's not a demo, but it's a little bit of explanation about what happens before you can actually get a demo. What you see, they say that emails are sent to parents, and SMS is also a possibility. Is that also a possibility within France, or is that?
Yeah. So right. So I purposely didn't mention text messaging, because I don't want to offer a feature that we're not sure 100% if it'll work in France, but 99% it will, because it's basically a text messaging system that works internationally, right? Okay, and I just got confirmation that it will work. Okay, so you will get the text messaging feature as well. So on their phones, as a text message, they can reply. They can see a post on the wall, and they can also reply right from the phone without having to look at the email.
I suppose printing is an option still. If all these forms that are virtual that people fill out, we could theoretically print them and have a hard copy if necessary.
Yes, yes. Anything in the system can be printed out. Okay, and I'm not sure if you can see the screen, but I will show it to you so that it can. Can you see the screen, Marjorie?
Yeah. Nicola's here with me
okay,
as well.
great. Oh, okay, perfect. Hi, Nicola. Okay, okay. So if I go to forms, if I go back to that parent packet form, okay, and I go to the entries, you can see that you can print any of these forms. You just go here, and there's a nice print, and you can see that it prints it out very nicely. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you can print out anything in the system. You can print out all of the forms. You just do a bulk option where you select them all, and then you would select print. So you can do that as well if you like.
I have one question. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
We use a system called Montessori Clarity, which is a system to follow on the lessons given to each child and allow us to make like a progress report and things like this. Do you think we could integrate that to your system?
Yeah, we could do it if you want as custom work, but can I ask, do you pay for that one time, or do you pay monthly for it, or do you pay annually?
Yeah. Well, currently we pay on an annual basis.
Can I ask how much you pay for that?
Well, I'm not sure. I would have to check.
Okay, so you can create all of those progress reports inside Hubbli. Right now, I'm not saying that you have to replace it. Okay, we can do custom work and we can integrate it for you. Okay, that's not a problem. But all of those features can be done in Hubbli also, right? So it's up to you, which option you want to select. But of course, as part of the training, you will show us what you currently use, and we will show you how you can do the exact type of progress reports inside Hubbli. And of course, all of those progress reports will show up on the student page for parents to see, if you want them to see it.
Yeah, because that would be the idea, to have one spot, one center with all the information for each student, so that the parents, when they go to see the child record, they can get all the information, the progress report, the features, everything.
Yep, exactly, and that's and right, and you see, that's what this page is for, right? This is showing like pictures and all that stuff, but this is a very advanced feature. Actually, it's very powerful because any type of form, any type of information can be linked to the student page for parents to see, whether it's a progress report or it's like an attendance form. And we will show you during the training how you can take what you're using now and put it into Hubbli, because I've seen it before. Right? And the point of Hubbli really is so that you have is to have one solution where you can do all the features you need to manage your Montessori school. Because if we didn't want to do it like that, we would just, create the newsletter feature and just be the best at creating newsletters and just do newsletters. But then, we're not really creating a efficient solution. Like your current program is great maybe for reports, but it doesn't do all the other things. Our goal is one central solution, one login, one place.
Excuse me, Iran, I actually have to go. I think maybe Nicola can stay. But I just wanted to ask one last question before I go, which is on your homepage of your website, it shows different schools that are your clients. Can you tell me, is there any one in particular that I can look at that uses it as their website, or just to get an idea of what it looks like, not just in a demo, but, actually, obviously not as a parent login, but just something that, can you tell me one or two websites?
Of course.
That I could...
I think I can show you a few right now. So here's one.
Actually, I have to go. That's why I'm asking if you could just tell me what the names of the schools are. Maybe I can do a Google search for them, or if it's just the ones that are on your homepage, I'll take a look at those. But if there was one in particular or two in particular that they use it as their website.
Of course, I can send you email, Marjorie. I just don't have your email address. I can send if you want to Nicola, or I can send you directly, or I can send to both of you. Anything you want.
Okay. Well, I'll give you my email address. It's Colibri School, so COLIBRISchool.SOPHIA@gmail.com. And if for any reason you didn't get that, you can just send it to Nicola and he can forward it to me. But I have to excuse myself.
Okay, so
I have to run.
Okay. No, just to confirm, it's colibrischool.sophia@gmail.com.
Exactly.
Okay, no problem.
Great. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
So it seems quite comprehensive and interesting for us. What about the cost and how does it work?
Yeah. Okay. So the cost of the system is a one-time cost of $2,499 US dollars. And
sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah. No problem. 2,400.
2,400.
99.
This is what,
okay,
US dollars?
US dollars. That is a one-time cost. One time. And then we have a monthly cost of $199.
Okay.
And that includes the hosting of the site, the management, just to make sure that the site is up, and full support.
Okay. Okay, so it's
What are your thoughts, Nikolai?
I repeat, there's a one-time cost of $2,499, and then there is a monthly cost of $199 US dollar, which include the hosting, the management, and the full support. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on this price?
Well, I don't know. It's really the first system we're looking at. So we are also looking at another one from France. So we have to compare and see. Of course, we have to compare the whole system, not just the cost.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
So I cannot say really right now.
How much time do you think would you need to make a final decision?
How much time?
Yeah,
Well, it's difficult to say.
Like, are we talking
I
a few
don't know
weeks?
really. We're just at the starting process on this. So
Uh-huh.
I cannot really
So
tell
okay,
you.
so I'm asking because as a salesperson, obviously I'm trying to push for the sale, but that's actually not why I'm asking. I'm asking because we do have a discount that we always offer after the demo. Okay, so your discounted price, instead of paying $2,499, it would be $1,999. And your monthly cost, instead of being $199, would be $149. But this discount is good for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I don't want to give it unless you're ready for it, because then we can't give it again. That's why I was asking. Now something else is what we offer as well, and you won't find this from any other type of program, is a 60-day full money back guarantee. Okay? If within 60 days you do not love Hubbli, meaning it's based on what you think of Hubbli, right? There is nothing else. It's all based on what you think about it. We will give all of your money back, including the one-time cost. Okay? So even though we spent the time to set you up and we gave you 4 training sessions, we give it all back. And that's because we believe in the product.
Okay.
Okay. So that discount is good for 2 weeks. Okay. So when do you want me to give you the discount? Because I don't want to give it to you for you to not use it, because then that's it. Like once you lose it, you lose it. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the technical problems, I could not follow everything. So you say that you will send us a link with the video, something like this, of
Yes.
this presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yes, I would like to take the time to go through all the features, because I told you, because sometimes it was short and I could not follow everything.
I understand.
I don't know.
So do you
take the time to do that?
Do you think then that it would it would be enough time for you if I don't start the discount for another week? Because we typically do it after the demo. So I can give you a week to sort of look over the video. We can set up another demo if you like. I can answer any questions. I'll send over example websites. I'll send over referrals. That's not a problem. But do you think basically 3 weeks would be enough time?
3 weeks? What do you think,
I'm back.
Major is back. Well,
I'm right.
It's for us, so actually I cannot make sure that we will be able to take a decision this time, because we I don't know how it is in your country, but here we are right on the registration process, so that's really a busy time for us. So the longest we can have, the better, but definitely, like, let's say something like July for us is a better month, because it's a little less busy, I would say, than this month. May, June is very busy.
July? Okay.
Yeah, July seems better, but
okay, that's fine. I can.
Yeah. The question I had is, once you give us the training and so on, we can manage the site by ourselves, right? Let's say we need to upload pictures, or we need to add a form, or we need to put the text, or whatever. We can do by ourselves. We
all
don't
by
need
yourself. Yep.
To ask you to do all
you don't
this
need
all the time, right?
Correct. And if you have any problems, you can always contact us. But yes, you will be able to do all on your own.
As particular to contacting you, is there some sort of support, afterwards? Is it we get 1 call a month, we get 1 call a week? Is it, like how much after we've done 4 training sessions? If we need more training.
Right. Yes. Yeah. There is full support in the system, and it's part of that monthly cost that you pay. So it's 100% support.
Okay, so it's not limited.
And
Once we pay the monthly fee, that includes the full support, and we can call as much as we
yep,
need to make sure we use the full potential of this system, right?
exactly. And you still have that 60-day money back guarantee. So we can spend the time with you to set you up. You can ask us any questions you want, and if after within those 60 days you don't love it, meaning it doesn't do for you what you thought it would do, you get all your money back.
Okay. Do you have Montessori schools using your system?
Many of them, yes.
Many. Okay. So then
That
I
is
would be in the list of schools that Marjorie asked to send us maybe one or two Montessori schools so we can also have a look to how they use.
Yes, of course, it's not a problem. And just so you know, we actually, our focus right now is Montessori schools, because it's private schools, and they're not publicly funded, and we know that they need a solution to manage their schools. And prior to creating Hubbli, we spent years researching schools and what their needs are, and this is how we came up with Hubbli. It's not just out of the blue, it's after a lot of research, and that's how we did it. And there is, I can tell you that like Montessori schools really do love it, because it does for them what they need.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
A very silly question. What does Hubbli mean? Does it mean something to you or to you all, or why that name? What's the genesis?
Oh, so right. So first of all, I thought that it was called Hubbli, so that when I call somebody and I tell them Hubbli, they say what, and then I get to repeat the name again. But that's not really the reason. It's because it's a hub, and it's meant to be a central hub where all of your school's information and all of the features you need to manage a school can be done through a central hub.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for the question.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think we look forward to get the video and the list of schools as customers. So then we can take some time to go through that.
Perfect. And if you can please just send me an email, because I typically don't give like extension on the discount, but the video didn't go well, and you're telling me that you're now doing registration, so I understand you need a little bit more time, but if you can please within the next week just let me know how much time you'll need, and then I'll try to meet those like requirements for you.
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
great.
All right.
Okay, thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye. Thank you. Take care.